Hello, friends, welcome. Friends, if you recall, 3 weeks back, the operators published their coverage map based on the TRAI directives. The idea was that whatever you are selling, you should be able to demonstrate that the coverage of that service is available in that location or not. Because people go and buy connections 4G, 2G, 3G, 5G. But if the coverage is not there, it makes no sense. So, in order to ensure transparency, coverage map was published by all the operators. BSNL also published their coverage map. But what I figured out when I went and did an investigation of BSNL coverage map, I figured out that there were a lot of holes. That the application was very pathetic. The data was not getting downloaded in time, and it was creating a lot of problems. And I kind of laid out my experience in this YouTube video, and I'll paste a link of this YouTube video in the description. Now, fortunately, friends, one of my Twitter followers told me or informed me that BSNL has again come out with the coverage map, the fresh version, which is posted on their website. And you can go here and you can click the link here and you can get the display of the coverage map. So you can see that if I click here, the coverage map shows up. You see, it will show up here. Already you can see the coverage map right in front of you, right? Now, friends, when I was investigating this coverage map, what I noticed is there are still certain flaws. It is much better version than what it was earlier. And I'm going to show you and demonstrate you going state by state what kind of structure of the network that BSNL has for 2G, 3G and 4G. But there is a problem. The problem is that there is a lot of real estate that is getting wasted here. And it is only being limited here and there is no way to zoom. But people may say, oh, there is a zoom button. I can see the zoom button. The zoom button is here. So let me just show you the zoom button here. Let me just see my map, my screen burst. Yeah. So if you click here, the whole thing zooms, right? But all the controls disappear. Means you can't make any selection of state, right? You can't make any selection of any kind of 2G, 3G, everything vanishes. So I have to just press escape. And then when I choose a particular state, let's say Andhra Pradesh, you can see that 2G, 3G, 4G is somehow overlapping on the zoom button. I don't know why they have done this, right? So the zoom button, the technology choices are overlapping on the zoom button. That is creating a lot of problem, right? So I can't zoom. So what I can do, I can make a selection of, I can just uncheck 2G, I can uncheck 3G, and I can uncheck 4G, right? That I can do. But I can't make a zoom. So if I zoom, I can actually zoom. Let's say, let me just show you. There is a possibility of zoom here. Control is there. But it does not give me a very good picture because I would have liked the whole real estate to be available. But there is one way to do it, which I figured out. You have to go again to select a state. And then this button magically reappears. And then you can click this button. Then you can get a very good idea what is going on. So these things should have been done in such a way that it becomes more user friendly. You don't have to figure it out, right? It is very, very counterintuitive. So once you make a selection of a state, this button comes, these three buttons come, and it kind of overlaps on the zoom button. Why should it be like this? So it should not be like this. But anyway, so there are certain deficiencies. So what I will do, friends, I will use my Mac zoom capability, which will give me a capability to zoom this a little bit rather than basically following using the controls of what is available. I will use my Mac level control, right? So I'm put my face here, and then what I'll do is I have chosen what? I have chosen Andhra Pradesh. So I can go here. Let me put my face here, somewhere here, right? So the selection is very easily possible. I can choose a state. I will choose Andhra Pradesh. Now let's investigate. I'll go sequence based on the menu that is given right there. So you can see. So what I will also do is I will uncheck all the high technology, that is 3G and 4G, and we'll start with 2G first. So as to give a reference, what is the situation as far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned. If you look at Andhra Pradesh, the 2G network looks quite good. So now if I do an uncheck of 2G and do a check and check 3G, you will find 3G is also quite intense compared to 2G, but not at that level of intensity as we saw in case of 2G. Now let's look at 4G. 4G is pretty weak in Andhra Pradesh, very clear from this data. So what we conclude in Andhra Pradesh, 2G is very good, 3G is also very good, and then 4G is very poor. So let's now choose another state, Assam. Right? So if I choose Assam, you can see 4G is, the strength of 4G base stations are just, it is showing up in the map like that. And let me Then choose 3G. 3G looks quite intense, right? And then if I choose 2G, 2G is much better. So what we conclude on Assam, 2G is very, very good. Then 3G is lesser than 2G, and 4G is in Assam very, very poor, right? Now let's choose Bihar. So when I choose Bihar, let me just see. It still takes some time for the whole things to come. You can see Bihar 4G. Just a minute, because of this Mac level zoom. The mouse actually disturbs the whole thing. That's a problem, which I was trying to mention. So let me just choose 2G. See 2G. You see it is much better, though it is not as dense as should be. Then we have 3G. 3G is a little poorer than 2G, and 4G, as far as Bihar is concerned, is pretty poor, right? We can clearly see that. Now let's choose another state. Let's choose Chhattisgarh, right? Let it show up. Let's start with 2G. Yeah, let's start with 2G. So 2G, as far as Chhattisgarh is concerned, you can see that it is quite good, right? Oh my God. Because this is the problem, with no such controls. And that's why I hate to work with website like this, because these are final touches which people should do. If you make your website very unuser friendly, because it doesn't serve the purpose. See, 3G is pretty bad as far as Chhattisgarh is concerned. And then if you go to 4G, 4G is extremely poor as far as Chhattisgarh is concerned, right? Let's now go and look at Gujarat. Yeah, it'll still take some time for. So let me just first uncheck 4G and 3G. You will see that 2G, as far as Gujarat is concerned, is pretty good, BSNL. And then if you take 3G, 3G is also good. It is not as bad as it looks. And then you have got 4G. 4G in Gujarat is pretty bad. It's clear from this data, right? Now let's pick another state, Haryana, right? So Haryana, I'll start again with 2G, and let's do 2G first, and I'll remove the 4G and 3G. So if I remove 4G, so you see, and Haryana is probably the best coverage as far as 2G is concerned, right? So I'll remove 2G and I put 3G, and this is 3G is worse than 2G. And 4G, let's do 4G. 4G is almost like 3G. So let me just overlap 3G and 4G on top of it. You will see that those places where 3G is there, 4G is not there. Means 4G and 3G are almost like complementary to each other. It looks like, right? In case of Haryana, right? I do not understand why BSNL is keeping their 3G network alive. They should shut it down, right? Because it's wasting their 2100 megahertz band. Now let's do Himachal Pradesh. I'll just take 4G out and I'll put 2G here. So if I do Himachal Pradesh, it takes some time for the data to get uploaded. Yeah, so you look at this, Himachal Pradesh, 2G is quite good. Then if I do 3G, Himachal Pradesh, let me just check 3G here. It takes some time for this data to get uploaded. Oh, 3G got unchecked. Let me just check it again. See, still it is not as seamless as it should be, right? Because of this problem. Let me, yeah, it has got checked again. Oh my God, just checked again. See, there is a delay between, so 3G is quite good. And then if I uncheck the 3G and check 4G, 4G is fantastic as regards Himachal Pradesh is concerned, right? Now let's do Jammu and Kashmir. So Jammu and Kashmir, this is what the 2G network looks like. 3G is little bad than compared to 2G, and 4G is absent in Jammu and Kashmir, right? So we can clearly see that. Now let's look at Jharkhand. I'll uncheck 4G. I'll check 2G. Again, it is taking some time for the data to get uploaded. Let's see. So Jharkhand, no, it is not 2G. I think it'll take some time for the data to get swapped with because looks like that there is a problem here. Let's do the following. Let me just uncheck this and then check 2G. Yeah, so this is 2G, right? And then if I do 3G, 3G is poorer than 2G. And if I do 4G, let me just superimpose 4G on 3G and see. So 4G is quite good as far as Jharkhand is concerned. If I uncheck 3G, you see 4G coverage of Jharkhand is pretty good, right? Now let's look at Karnataka. Here also I'll uncheck 4G and start with 2G and see what happens in case of Karnataka. It is taking some time for the data to upload. Why it is not instantaneous? I do not understand. So this is, see, look, first 4G came. Let's do the following. Oh, this is the problem. It is jumping because of my max zoom. So again, let me just take 2G again. So now 2G has come. Look, the coverage of 2G is pretty good. And then if I do 3G, 3G is not as good as 2G. And then if I do 4G, 4G is almost similar to 2G. So Karnataka is also good. Then I want Kerala. So this is Kerala, yes. So Kerala, I think Kerala, all three of them are pretty good. 4G, 2G and 3G, if you see here. So if I uncheck 4G, you can see 3G, 2G is all over the place. And then if I uncheck 2G and check 3G, it is also looking quite good. And 4G is also looking quite good. 4G is actually at par with that of 3G, right? Then after having done Kerala, I'll do Madhya Pradesh. Kolkata, I just leave it a small thing, right? So let's do Madhya Pradesh and see what is going on in Madhya Pradesh. Here also I'll check 2G first and then I remove this. So this is 2G, right? It is quite, it's not that intense. And then if I do 3G, 3G is bad compared to 2G in Madhya Pradesh. And let me just do 4G. 4G and 2G I think matches, right? So there are a lot of deployment in Madhya Pradesh. Then let's do Maharashtra. Again, I'll check 2G and I'll remove 4G and 3G. So this is 2G, quite intense and quite dense. And then if I take 3G, 3G is not that intense as 2G because there are spots. It's almost like let me just take 4G out first. Looks like that there is so if you look, it's almost like you have seen Universe, all those fabric of you can say that the what you call where the galaxies are kind of located. It looks similar in nature, right? The fabric of space where the galaxies are located and there are voids in between. It almost looks like. Now let's look at 4G. 4G is looking quite good as far as Maharashtra is concerned. Now let's look at another state. Let's leave Northeast. Let's look Odisha. And I'll just check 2G and remove 3G. So you see Odisha, okay, I think it will take some time because looks like that there is a delay between the data. This is 2G. And then we have got 3G. 3G is quite sparse. And then if I do 4G, as far as this looks very good as far as Odisha is concerned. Now let's look at Punjab. Yeah. So Punjab 4G is fantastic, right? And then if I do 3G, 3G is also good, right? Not as good as 4G. And 2G, I think will be always, it's definitely better, right? So 4G and 2G are almost at par. Now let's look at Rajasthan. So Rajasthan, this is 2G, right? And then it very strange in Rajasthan there is no 4G option, but somebody told me that there are 4G deployments in Rajasthan also. So why Rajasthan 4G option is not there? This is this. If there are Rajasthan 4G base station, then there has to be a 4G option. So looks like that there are still flaws in this data. Now let's look at in this map. Now let's look at Tamil Nadu. See, Tamil Nadu also very strange. Where is 4G option? I thought I saw 4G in Tamil Nadu. Let me go back and just choose another state here and see whether there is a glitch here. Let's do Rajasthan and then come back here. Looks like that this whole thing vanished. Oh, this is pretty bad. Look at this. Look at this. The options have vanished. So what I will do, I will go to select a state and see whether we can refresh this whole thing again or not. And let's go to Rajasthan again and see whether there is a glitch in the See, no, Rajasthan is again the same problem. So I will do what? I will go again, select a state, and then I will go quit Rajasthan and I will go to Tamil Nadu. And let's see what happens in Tamil Nadu. Oh, Tamil Nadu also. I don't know. I somehow saw in Tamil Nadu 4G option existed. Now suddenly this whole thing vanished. From where? This is a strange thing, right? I do not know. Maybe there is already 4G in Tamil Nadu. Oh, it has come here. See? See, look at this. So this is a problem. I do not understand. Still this map experience is pretty bad. So let me just go to 2G here. I'll try Rajasthan again and see what happens. I'll remove 4G. See, it is not as user friendly as possible. You have to click multiple times. You see? Yeah. And still there is nothing which being showed up in Tamil Nadu. Yeah. So 2G, you can see here, 2G is here. I'll just uncheck 2G and I'll check 3G. 3G is a little poorer. And then if I choose 4G, let's choose 4G. See? Look at this, right? I'm clicking. It's still not showing up. Why? Let me just unzoom this. Oh, it has shown up right now. See, look, it is taking time. I do not know why. So 4G coverage is not bad as far as Tamil Nadu. Let me just try Rajasthan again and see what happens. Again, it vanished. You see? There is definitely a glitch in Rajasthan, right? So Tamil Nadu we have done. Let's do Telangana. I have to wait for this whole button to show up. You will see. This is really not. Yeah, it has come up here. See, Telangana, the 4G coverage is pretty bad. Now, if I do 3G here, it is good. And if I do 2G here, it is again very good, right? Now, UP East. Let's show up UP East. So we are waiting. It's all real time, friends. Yeah, it showed up. So UP East 2G coverage is very good. 3G, let me just click again. 3G is a little poorer. And if I do 4G, it's taking some time. Let's wait. There is definitely some problem in the map. It should be showing up. I don't know why it is not showing up. See, I have already clicked. It is not showing up in the map. So this kind of work actually gives a lot of bad taste in the mouth. Why it should be like that? It is a simple software. I do not know why people are creating such kind of software where is it gives an experience. It gives an impression that there is no 4G coverage in UP East. Is it? Is it correct? I don't know. Let me again make an attempt and see. I don't know. So let me just choose another state. Yeah, no, it has come up. It has come up. Thank God it has come up. So very good 4G coverage as far as UP East is concerned. Now let me just choose UP West. So definitely there is a delay. This is not as smooth as we would have liked, right? So let me try. Yeah, so I will remove this 4G from here. And look, this is UP West. Very good coverage as far as 2G is concerned. 3G, yeah, reasonably good coverage. And 4G, yeah, it's good coverage. It showed up. And then we do West Bengal. This is the last circle. I'll take off 4G and I'll do 2G. You have to wait. Yeah, so 2G is like this. No, it is not 2G. This is 4G. See, delay. You can see there's a delay now. Again, I'll do this and I'll see where 2G shows up. Yeah, now 2G coverage is pretty good, right? Then let's do 3G. 3G is a little, thinner compared to 2G. And if I do 4G, it is thinner compared to 3G. So that's all, friends, which I wanted to kind of give you an experience what BSNL has done as far as their map is concerned. It looks to me that by putting this on top of the zoom button, and when you go to zoom button all controls disappear, it kind of gives a very poor user experience. I do not know, people who are making this map are technically very savvy people, they know what to do, but why can't they have these finishing touches? Because the user experience also needs to be visualized. You can't be just a software engineer and create a map and be happy about it. You need to look at the user experience also, how user will feel when they start using your map. There is definitely still problem exists, the problem has not been solved. You can clearly see in front of you, and as I went through this whole chart, you got to see how the UI works, you got to see what kind of network coverage exists, and I compared it with 2G, 3G, 4G. You saw that the zoom button gets hidden because this is on top of the zoom button. So if you have to get this rid of this button, you have to go and say select a state, the whole thing vanishes, and then you zoom. This is not the way, right? I want all the controls being rare right every point of time when I'm navigating through this map. So I don't know. Maybe there are other controls which I could not find. You tell me, if you have any way to kind of, refine this, or if some of the controls which I have missed because I'm new to this, you can tell me about that. But how can it be possible that anybody who is new will miss any control? It should be so, prominently placed that nobody should miss, because people may not be computer savvy, right? So anyway, friends, thanks for your time for watching till the end, and hope that you like this video and come back with a new video next time on a new topic. Thank you very much for your time and watching till the end.